Hi there, Steve Kaufman here today, and today I want to talk a little bit about saving phrases, tagging phrases, and how I work with phrases on LINQ. I'm also going to do a separate video today just showing a few random shots of Constitution Day in Lviv, Ukraine, because I still haven't got Ukraine out of my brain. I had a wonderful time there. In fact, last night I spoke to Solomia via Skype, and we had a lesson in Ukrainian, but mostly I'm focused on Greek, and I want to show you how I'm saving phrases. So if I go to the app here, and let's go back to the lessons here, and let's just look at one lesson, for example. So here is a lesson that I'm studying at LINQ. It's lesson number 24 in our mini stories series, which I find very helpful. And so typically I read through, and I might save, a word, but I'll typically save the phrase. And you heard that phrase. Every time I save a phrase, I hear it in text-to-speech. Σκέφτεται ότι δείχνει ωραίος. I mark that as present tense because I'm concerned about the tenses in Greek. The next phrase. Με το καινούριο του κοστούμι. So I call that instrumental because I'm copying from Slavic languages with his new suit, right? And so that's how I remember it.
Θα είναι έτοιμος.
That's so I tag that as future tense.
Για την συνέντευξη του αύριο.
Για την συνέντευξη του αύριο. Purpose, I tag that. So you can tag it as whatever you want.
Έψαχνα για μια καινούρια δουλειά.
Έψαχνα για μια καινούρια δουλειά. That's some kind of past tense. I think it's the imperfect tense. If I'm not sure, one of the dictionaries we have connected to here is called Conjugator. So I can look up the conjugations just to make sure that I've tagged it correctly. In more and more of our languages now, we have these grammar-related dictionaries so that you can look things up. Now, what do I do with these? I go to the vocabulary section, and up pops my vocabulary, and it shows that I have 9,579 terms that I have saved, words and phrases, links as we call them. That's an awful lot to review. So I say, let's just look at phrases. So I tap phrases here, and now only the phrases come up. But the phrases, there's still 2,550 phrases. That's a lot to review. So I hit the search filters, and I say, let's have a look at, I got accusative, adjective, adverb, future. Let's go to the imperfect, because a lot of imperfect shows up in Greek. And so I apply that, and now I'm going to get a list of just those phrases that I saved which have the imperfect. And άκουγα τον καθηγητή, αποφασιστούσα αυτόν το μήνα. So I go through these and I get a concentrated dosage of the imperfect tense in use. Again, if I have doubts as to whether in fact I tagged it correct, because it's difficult in Greek whether this is in fact what they call the aorist tense or the imperfect tense, I can always look it up on Conjugator just to confirm that I got it right. And what this does is, by reviewing these phrases initially sort of in this list and then seeing them again when I read the text, it just gradually helps me notice even the fact that I am trying to save this phrase and tag it for a specific tense or a specific purpose, and then even the fact sometimes of looking it up via one of these grammar reference dictionaries, it just helps me notice it when I next see it, when I next hear it. And so by focusing on phrases, you are starting to notice the structures of the language better. And to me, noticing, as I've said before, is a big part of language learning. You can't learn something that you don't notice. Sometimes you have to force yourself to notice, or it'll just pass you by. Even noticing it doesn't mean you'll remember it, doesn't mean you can use it correctly, but it's that drip, drip, drip process of making you more and more familiar with different aspects of the language. In addition, when you save a phrase, you're also saving the words that are there. And so that's an additional opportunity to review these words. And I think a phrase can be as long as you want it. And typically I'll save first the word so that I can look up what that part of speech or tense is. Then I'll save a short phrase that encompasses that word. And then I may even save a longer phrase, maybe even as long as a sentence, if the sentence isn't too long. But the advantage of phrases over sentences is that phrases repeat, and sentences typically are more unique. So, or I might save the whole sentence just to hear it in text-to-speech, but then say, I don't need this, and so that I don't include that in the phrases that I save for later review. That's how I do it. People, they can find their own way of doing it. Again, I am looking to demonstrate on my computer and on my iPad how I do these things. I think that's of interest to people. But I would be interested in hearing about the best software for capturing videos where I can read over and explain what I'm doing. I haven't yet found a satisfactory software for creating these videos from my computer, or for that matter, if it's possible, on my iPad. So, thank you for listening. There you have it. I look forward to hearing from you. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, and I will put up a separate video of some short videos from Constitution Day, which was one of the last days that I had in the lovely city of Lviv. Thank you for listening.